Hey everyone, Sonya Paz at Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen, and today we are gonna knock your socks off with some amazing, refreshing, spicy and cool margaritas to get your summer months rockin' and rollin'. Let's do this. Hey there everybody, Sonya Paz with Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen, and before we get started, I want to give a shout out to everybody who has gone online or have picked up your orders locally. I cannot tell you how excited and how honored I am that you are all supporting this business of my sweet and spicy candied pickled jalapeno peppers. This started off as a thing that I was doing for myself and for family and friends to, have something kind of different for those charcuterie platters or for adding to any kind of an appetizer, and it kind of took off by storm. So thank you all for ordering and passing the word along. Big time, giant kudos to everybody. And of course, we have about 6 or 7 retailers right now that I want to give a shout out for, namely Deanna and Al at Tony and Alba's Pizza in San Jose, Sean Parola with All the Buzz Gifts in San Jose. She ships worldwide, I'll let you know that. And we've got Carol and Chef Jenny at Tesora's Bar Divino. The Discover store in San Jose Airport, they are going through tons of these to all of the different people traveling in and out of San Jose and surrounding areas. They're doing a lot. They've carried my art products there for quite a while, and and they've taken on the peppers and they are going like wildfire. No pun intended. Then of course there's the garlic shop in Gilroy, part of Rappazzini Winery, and they carry every kind of hot sauce available. They have preserves, they have tons of garlic products, spreads and rubs, and all different kinds of sauces, and they are our newest retailer selling there in Gilroy. So if you are in any of these areas and you want to stop by and pick up a jar of Sonya's Sweet and Spicy, make sure you go by and support your local business. Now, if you are not in the area and you would like to order online, it is still on for the sale price. Now, you're going to have to check the date on this video to make sure that, we're given the applicable discount, and it is still on sale since we are pretty new. So with that said, we are going to start chopping and slicing, dicing and cooking, roasting and toasting. And today we are going to do drinks. I'm going to show you how to make the best and most yummy margarita that you can possibly have. It is called Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Margarita. We've got some things going on here. I'm going to show you a little step-by-step on how I make these for friends and family. But I want to let you know right now, I am in no way a bartender. I am in no way a mixologist. Of course, maybe I'm a mixologist, but perhaps I am a mixologist in training, and that is not a bad thing. But I am not a certified bartender. Of course, is anybody a certified bartender? I guess after you've had a few of these things, you can be a certified anything. But I'm going to show you how I make the most yummy margarita with my Sonya's Sweet and Spicy. And I'm going to tell you, this is a lot different than some of the margaritas that you found out there that are hot and spicy or cool and sweet and all that. The juice, as I had mentioned in other videos, the juice of my peppers is like a simple syrup. So you really don't have to lay on a lot of the agave syrups or any of those fancy syrups because everything is right here. We're gonna muddle up some of the jalapenos, and this is just how I do it. So if you wanna follow along, I will make sure to have the recipe, but I do this in a certain way, so I wanna make sure that you can experience it like I'm gonna experience it. So what I have out here today are the main ingredients of what I use, and I wanna definitely first mention that I'm using this very older than I am, but this is something that I got from my mom and dad. This is something that they used to use when having their little cocktail parties back when we were kids. And this thing's heavy. I mean, I don't want this to be misunderstood. I'm not sure if this is what kind of metal this is. Maybe it's a silver, but this is a beautiful shaker. This screws off of here. This is definitely old school. And it's got a lot of It's got all these recipes on it, on daiquiri, Alexander Dubonnet, martini, Manhattan, let's see, Bacardi, whiskey sour, a sidecar, Manhattan, and a martini. I don't see an old fashioned on here. I don't see it on here, but I do believe that old fashioned was Don Draper from Mad Men's famous drink, but or maybe it just simply didn't make it to this thing. God, this is heavy. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how we create this in here. I am gonna go ahead and muddle up the jalapenos in the small glass because the way that I make it, I end up pouring everything in there. I'm gonna take some of my jalapenos and probably about, I'm gonna take a few small ones. You can use 3 or 4 big ones, or you can actually use some of the small ones like what I've done here. And I'm gonna use my muddler. It's a muddler because you're gonna muddle. Now, I wanna give a shout out to Derrick Schommer from Common Man Cocktails. He has an amazing video on how to actually use the muddler and to the best of its ability so that you end up getting the best flavors from whatever you're muddling. In our case, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to just take this. You might want to just get your body right in there. And I am not tearing these up. I simply want to release a lot of the sugars and the flavors right from my jalapenos, but I don't want to break them up because at the end, you're going to want to start eating these right out of your drink when you're finished. So I've taken these and I'm just flattening them up. I don't want to shred them. So I'm going to get that just so it kind of lightly coats my glass. You can see there's just a nice, oh, it's so aromatic and so amazing. So I've got that. And I will say for the record, I am not much of a measurer. I don't measure a whole lot. So if you want, I'm gonna say, just to be conservative, I'm gonna squeeze out 2 limes. I'm gonna squeeze out 2 limes right into my glass. And that's actually, you know what? These are really fresh limes, so there's probably a lot of juice in here. Actually, I am gonna grab another one because I'm not gonna use a mixer on this one. There's different mixers that you can use, flavored mixers, and that will actually be a different video. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw 2 limes in here and squeeze that super, super good. Get my workout going on. So as you can see, I've got that. I'm gonna take my shaker and I'm going to just take some of my ice. Enough for just 1 glass per se. Grab this. We're gonna put ice in the final drink, but then, all right, I'm at home. Can I just go ahead and grab this with my hand? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that like that. So I've got enough in there. I'm gonna take my tequila, and what I'm serving up here today is tequila reposado from Jose Cuervo. I don't know if this is the best stuff. I don't know if this is just sort of middle of the line. I am not, I'm not an expert when it comes to alcohol. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in what I think to be about 1 ounce. I'm going to go ahead and add Grand Marnier, and I'm gonna do 1 ounce of that. Okay, glug, glug, glug. It's gonna be one potent, crazy drink. Take that. And I'm going to throw in Sonya Sweet and Spicy. As you can see, this is the juice from the jalapenos, and I'm gonna throw that right in there, about 1 ounce, I don't know, whatever. And that's it right now. I'm gonna put the lid on this. I know people are probably screaming at me saying, why don't you add the lime? But I'm gonna put the lime here because it's gonna mix up once I get going. So we're gonna take this, mix it up really, really well. And as you can see, the ice is so chilled. It's got the top of this nice and this thing is cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. I'm gonna take my drink. Oops, I'm gonna strain this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I don't have fancy bar tools. We just use what we need to use here. Look at that, perfect. Perfecto. You can go ahead and grab a couple of the slices from your jar of Sonya Sweet and Spicy, add a couple of limes, and we're gonna go ahead and just pop that right here. Isn't that awesome? This is the most refreshing drink that you will have for your guests. Let's give it a try and see what you think, as long as your pick doesn't go falling into your drink. OMG. Amazing. This is not so spicy that it's gonna rip your taste buds off. It is the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You've got the flavors of your tequila, your Grand Marnier, your sweet and spicy, the lime juice, fresh lime juice. You don't even have to use any kind of mixer for this. This is straight 3-4 ingredients. You've got your Sonya Sweet and Spicy, your tequila, you've got your Grand Marnier, you've got your lime juice, and the simple syrup right from the a jar of my product. Simple syrup, and that's all this is. What's inside of here is a simple syrup that will be sure to take over anything that you need to sweeten. You know, you don't need to add any mixers, you don't need to add any agave or anything like that, because this is just, throw that back in there. This is just perfect. It's amazing. And for you guys out there who don't like a lot of spice, this is a manly drink. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is quite manly, and it's going to change your mind about something sweet and spicy. So go ahead, give it a try. Go ahead and pick up a couple of jars or two. Right now, shop here on sonyasweetandspicy.com. It's on sale still for $10, so make sure that you go ahead and pick up a couple jars. I'm going to extend it until mid-July, but then prices go back up to $12.95 per jar. Make sure you also check out some of the retailers I mentioned earlier in this video so that you can go there and support not only local business, but support us as well. Just a reminder that we are on Facebook, sonyasweetspicy.com, and of course we are on Instagram at Sonya Sweet Spicy. Check us out online, sonyasweetspicy.com. Make sure that it's going to ask you how you heard of us. Make sure you put on here that you saw us on YouTube and that you really enjoyed this recipe. That is pretty much it for today, everyone. An amazing summer recipe to knock your socks off with a little blend of sweet and spicy and a lot of attitude and a lot of flavor. There are so many recipes that you can use using Sonya Sweet and Spicy. Would love to hear what other cocktail recipes you can come up with, and of course share them with me. Send me a note and make sure you comment, because I will always respond to your comments and I love to hear from all of you. Be sure you check out that video that I mentioned earlier, Derrick Schommer from Common Man Cocktails. He does an amazing video on how you can use muddlers, the do's and don'ts and the rights and wrongs. So that is it today, everyone. I hope you have an amazing rest of the week, that you're having an amazing 4th of July holiday, and hopefully this recipe will land on you so that you have time to cook this up, to muddle this up, to drink this up for the upcoming 4th of July holiday. And obviously, if you are seeing this video after the 4th of July, well, heck, have a drink, because there is always a good time for some sweet and spice. So that's it, everyone. Peace out, y'all, and cheers. Muddle this. This is awesome. This is amazing. Amazing. Carry on. I'm done. Perfect blend. Peace out, y'all.